Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of the Russia series. And in this series, going to extend my term. So let's go with 10. Let's see if we could change the limit. Nah, people don't like it, so I'll wait.
Carrying out this great project of ours involves an unwavering commitment from myself and the government. But it also requires extraordinary measures to respond to extraordinary challenges. It is in this sense that I ask you to support me today, so that we can avail ourselves of the necessary political means to carry out an ambitious policy.
Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of infrastructure. So alright, so I'm going to build an airport. And we want that built within 6 months. So that should also be good for growth as well.
Honestly, have you ever thought about our children's future? Apparently not. You're always charging forward with no consideration for ecology. Good night.
Okay, we'll address that in a few minutes.
An elevator within the Secret Service's headquarters itself has been sabotaged. The cable broke after being cut. None of the people in the lift at the time survived. It goes without saying that the objective of the perpetrators of this act was to get to the center of counterterrorism.
In a statement sent to the press, the terrorist organization has claimed responsibility for the operation. We have collected intelligence from various departments. The organizer of this operation has been identified. He has disappeared into thin air, perhaps already left the country.
Okay, looks like our airport was a good decision. Let's check out our finances here. Let's take a look at our debt. Okay. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so let's address our environmental issues. I think that's good enough for now. 149 million, it's not too bad. And then also our Secret Service. So we want to train our agents up. That's too much. So we'll just increase the training and going to increase our agents up to 20,000.
You are giving our country a big breath of fresh air.
The investigation on the ground into the attack, and the information that is feeding back from our different networks, leads us to the conclusion that this terrorist organization is indeed behind the attack. The fact that they haven't claimed responsibility for the attack is somewhat disturbing.
Okay, so let's take a look at the terrorist groups. Okay, so we put these guys back in surveillance. Let's take a look at the other group. All right, let's place him under surveillance.
You've changed the deal on ecological issues. I would even say that you're positioning yourself as a real rampart against the looting of the planet. In the name of our children, thank you.
All right, so let's take a look at education. We'll increase medical training. And we're going to hire 5,000 more teachers. Okay, and we're going to build 100 more maternity hospitals. And we're going to invest in maternity leave as well.
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
One of my men succeeded in infiltrating Key Center. According to my calculations, the informational gain, in geopolitical terms, could be close to 2.73 on Sachs graphic. Our agent also allows us to anticipate and therefore counterattack their terrorist projects. You can decide to dismantle this organization, but the more an agent remains infiltrated, the more information can be obtained, and the more effective a future dismantling could be. Do you wish to carry out the dismantling attempt now?
Nah, I'll take my chances and wait. Okay, let's see what else we can do. Okay, I'm going to hire more commandos here. Let's see. I'm going to dismantle 2,000 tanks. Okay, it looks like I have to address our energy shortage.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
I must let you know a certain concern I have on the subject of your political orientations. I'm having a really hard time identifying with them, and my personal convictions have been put to a severe test. I sincerely think that you should change policy, and that if you persist in this course, maybe it would be wise to choose someone more able to identify with your ideas.
Okay, so let's build some wind energy. Alright, that should be good for now. Let's see, do they like us? No, they don't, so they're not getting anything. And let's take a look at... Okay, publishing. We don't need to really be in charge of that. So let's do a poll. That's going to pass.
In the 21st century, a modern state can no longer afford to manage a multitude of activities which are far removed from sovereign functions, which burden the national budget, and concerning which the laws of the market would be much more effective. My privatization project is based upon these principles.
Alright, so let's take a look at... I'm gonna wait a little bit. 20,000 more police officers.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed.
Alright, so that's going to be close to 100,000.
Sure. Dark and strong, please.
Let's see if we can create a alliance. Oh, we did. I'm surprised. I thought they were going to reject us. Alright, well, that's off to a good start, so I'm not going to push it. Let's take a look at our Secret Service. Okay, our inflation is going up. Let's see. I want to see exactly what's going on in Syria. Okay, there's a lot of targets, so we're going to get involved.
One of our drones has spotted some units during its reconnaissance mission. This information was indicated on the military map. The first success must require us to resort to drones as often as possible when we do not have the knowledge of the terrain.
These important troops are positioned near our borders and represent a potential threat to our territorial integrity.
Okay, so Ukraine is making a move. Alright, so they have 30 tanks at our border. Alright, so we're going to put them at the border. In the meantime, I'm going to send our carrier group to the coast of Syria. And we're going to get involved with taking care of ISIS.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed. The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
I really think we should send a message of disapproval to the government of this country.
Faced with this threat, I can, with your agreement, and for security reasons, give marching orders to a few troops.
After privatizing this sector, it will be hard to say right away whether we will come out on top financially. Selling our shares was definitely a success and will provide money up front, but on the other hand, this was a very dynamic sector that let us bring in substantial profits each year. Hindsight will, of course, be 20/20. After privatizing this sector, it will be hard to say right away whether we will come out.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and carry out some missions. Alright. We're also going to attack this group also. It should give us a stronger relationship with Turkey. Send our drone over. Speaking of drones, let's take a look at okay, we're not producing anything. So we're going to take control over it.
The state must be able to commit itself to support activities at the confluence of strategic and economic imperatives, because it is our duty to ensure access to resources and services that every citizen is naturally entitled to. My project of nationalization will be presented without delay.
Alright, let's subsidize the beef industry. Alright, our carrier group is almost there.
Our infiltrated agent was spotted and murdered. The terrorist discovered that he worked for us and sent us his head by mail.
Okay, we're gonna have to put more training into counter-terrorism or counterintelligence. And let's give some aid to Syria. So right now we're giving them 54 million. Just give them 154. Let's take on the other group too. Okay, so it looks like we have a treasury reserve. Right now it's only 131 billion. But that's a good start. Okay. So I think I'm going to end this episode, and thanks for all the support. See you soon.